Welcome back, everybody. Driver53 here with another short video of precision farming in Farming Simulator 19. And today what we have is part 5 of our looking at the crops and what the preferred soil type is, looking at the nitrogen, looking at the pH levels, the target levels, and what we have up today is soybeans. And there's been a little bit of confusion on them, and I don't know what the right answer is on soybeans. So we're going to run the test in the same fields that we have everything else and see what our yields turn out to be. If we get some different numbers, then I need to look at doing the test a little bit differently. But I wanted to run it the same way as all the other ones to stay consistent with that. And then we can go beyond if there is a little bit of an issue. So this is going to be a very, very intriguing one that I've wanted to run for a while, because I have been hearing issues with this. The biggest thing, well, let me show you the map first, to give you a little bit of background on what we're doing. So the first thing that we have going on here, you can see that we have soybeans planted in our fields, 4 stripes. And if we come over here, you can see that they match up to our soil types: loam, sandy loam, silty clay, and loamy sand. Now we know that right here in the loam should get 125% yield. This should be 100% yield. The silty clay should be 90, and the loamy sand should be 80. All right, so there's that. Let's look at our pH levels. Everything is optimized to the level that it should be per Giant's recommendation. So the silty clay, we have 7.0. The loam, we have 6.75. On the sandy loam, the sandy loam, we have 6.5. And then over here on the loamy sand, we have 6.00. So that's everything as it should be there. Now I want to show you this next, because I haven't done anything different to it. On the nitrogen, all right, we have one little spot of 0 up here in the middle, and then we come down to 20. Now, I want to show you where the 20 stacks up with one of our test strips. If you look on the far right, that one there is going to be mostly in the 20. All right? So, also, our far left one in the silty clay is going to be just a little bit in the 20, but not much. And the very tip of the loam is going to be in 20, and I think the very bottom of the sandy loam is going to be in the 20. So everything else is going to be in the 40. So most of our tests are going to be in 40 for the most part, except for the loamy sand, which is going to be in the 20. So let's get these turned back on really quick. And yeah, so all we need to do now is speed up some time and get these things harvested. So we're going to do that right now. Our time is set. When these are fully grown, I will be back and we will harvest and take a look. Here we are, ready to harvest. Let's go ahead and get this thing fired up and get on our way. All right. So once again, this is soybeans, and I've been hearing some different things with what's happening with yields and nitrogen levels and everything like that. And like I said before, I just wanted to test this consistently like everything else, and if we see some discrepancies, then we'll probably come back and modify the test just a little bit. But I don't know. I have an idea on how I want to do it, but I want to see these results really quickly before I do. So like we were saying, the first one that we did there should have been at 80%. That second one should have been at 100%. This strip should be at 125%, and then our last strip over here should be at 90%. And I'm doing a lot better today than I was when I was making some of those other ones. Let's see if I can get all of this, or if I spoke too soon. All right. Makes me feel good when I can get everything that I laid down. All right, so we're going to turn this off, and let's go look at our data. once again, here are our soil types. Like I was saying, our loam is right in here. And then next we have sandy loam here, silty clay, and loamy sand. Jump over and take a look at our yield. Awesome. So it looks like 125 in the loam. Looks like 100 in the sandy loam. 90 in the silty clay. 80 in the loamy sand. Just as it should be. So we'll turn all these back on really quick. Now, let's take a look at our pH levels. And everything there looks really good too. So our 6.75 right here has now turned into 6.5. Our 6.5 has now turned into 6.25. Our 7 has now turned into 6.75. And our 6 has turned into 5.75. And that was in order of our expected yield, or our yield that we got. Let's now take a look at nitrogen. Here we go. So this is very, very interesting. You guys can see what it's at now. And if we turn off 0 and we turn off 20, now we're going to turn off 40, and now 60, and now 80. Holy cow. That is very, very, very interesting. So what it looks like it's actually done is it's giving us some nitrogen. So this one over here, and you can see, just like we were talking about, all those tips of all those different ones, and this full one over here on the loamy sand is at 60 now, and that one started off at 20. So that is very, very interesting, because I was told that it doesn't reduce, but it looks like you're getting a gain. So that is very unique at 60. Now, these other ones all started at 40, and now they're at 80. So that's another gain of 40. Actually, did I say that wrong? I said this wrong. We were at 20 and now we're at 60. So that's a plus 40. Sorry. And this one, we're at 40 and now we're at 80. So another plus 40. That is really, really intriguing. We did not see that at all on the data. It just showed a 0 reduction, but it didn't show an increase. Especially since it doesn't take any nitrogen to fertilize these at all. So very, very interesting. I mean, I guess it makes sense that you're putting something, it's getting it somewhere, right? So, man, just another kind of baffling discovery here. But I think what we're going to do is going to set up another one of these where we don't have any nitrogen in the ground at all. I'm going to try and get a test where I can do that. It may take me a bit to get that figured out exactly how to do it, but that's my goal, is to get another test with 0 nitrogen in the ground, and then we will come back and run a very similar test to this again to see truly what it does, because I want to have no nitrogen go on the ground at all and then come back and do this. But like I said, it's going to be a later time. So let's go ahead and show you the cards here. The first slide here, I've got it titled Target Nitrogen Levels, but we know that with soybeans, you don't actually need any nitrogen at all. So on this test, okay, just on this soil type right here in this field, we started with loam at 40, sandy loam at 40, silty clay at 40, and loamy sand at 20. I know we do have a few points here and there kind of scattered in around, but that's the general for that strip. That was the majority right there. And like I said, this is just going to be just for this field on these conditions right now. That's why I think I need to add another test to come back in and figure out a way to make this say 0, and then we get some really good data points. Next, we're going to go to nitrogen increase at harvest. Typically this says reduction at harvest, but on soybeans you're going to get an increase, and it's going to be 40 points on every single one of these. Now remember, that is a gain, not a loss, of 40 points all the way down. So if you need to bump up your nitrogen a little bit to be able to get, to not need to use fertilizer, I think this would be an absolutely great crop for it. Now, based on everything else, I think 40 is a good number, but I still want to run a test separate just for this later. The next one is going to be nitrogen after harvest. And like I said, on this field only, these are the results that we got. We're 80 on loam, 80 on sandy loam, 80 on silty clay, and 60 on sandy loam. But that is only because we started at 40, 40, 40, 20, I have a feeling. So be on the lookout for an updated version of this. I still want to get it to you guys just so you can use this as a general basis. And if you guys find something that's different than what I'm reporting here, please add it in the comments so I can make sure to duplicate those on my next test also. It's very, very interesting, everybody, what's going on here with soybeans. I think they are a really unique, cool crop that you can really use to help do some different things on your farm, different strategies, right? If you're really wanting to not spend a lot of money on fertilizer, I think this is a great way to go to have this crop here to help bump it up for you. That's going to be it, everybody. If you liked the video or learned something today, go ahead and give me a thumbs up. Go ahead and hit the subscribe button if you want to keep up to date on all of my latest precision farming videos or any of my other content too. Go ahead and check out my page. Got a lot of interesting stuff over there. Map tours, doing a lot of other mod testing, and Let's Play series too. So have a great day, everybody. Until next time, this is Driver53, signing off.